Hey, Shalom, and Shalom on the start of souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, but Hashem Yahushua, but Hashem Kodash. Double honors the apostles of our great Most High, and honors you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the real name of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah or Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. The Son's true name is Yahushua, and when we pray Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahushua, Ba meaning in, Ha meaning done, Shah meaning names, Yahweh, the name of Yahushua. This is a continuation from the mini series it's been on, right, when America is destroyed, right? And one of the things that's going to happen, right, after the dust is settled, right, is ultimately all the people are going to be happy, right? Everyone's going to be joyous that this devil and this wicked ass kingdom's been put down, right? Now, in the immediate aftermath, as we you read in Revelation, the 18th chapter, you're gonna have these nations wailing, basically, because they won't be able to, sell their wares anymore. But once people see that life is better under the Israelites, guess what? They gonna be happy. Let's grab this real quick. This is Proverbs 29:2. Right, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear fall, the people mourn. And the people of this earth are in mourning. Right, there are places in this world where it's just abject poverty, man. People are through, right? They've got basically nothing, but then you go maybe a mile or two down the road, right, and then the level of affluence is bewildering. Right, this is the kind of world that we live in, and that ain't right. And even those people that are living in that in bewildering affluence, right? It's basically they're so well off. It's just like, wow, right? What are they into? They've done dirty things to get that wealth, right? They're strung out on drugs, right? Strung out on doing all manner of wickedness for the most part, right? But when the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushai are made mandatory upon the earth, right? For the Israelites, we're gonna be able to keep them, without fault, right? But when the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are made mandatory upon the earth, guess what? Everything is going to start, being in its beauty again, right? Not like now, right? And I wanted to get this word here repressed, right? Because let's read into this what you call it of it's this what's the word I'm looking for, definition, right? It says of a thought or desire keep suppressed and unconscious in one's mind, right? It's right now all these heathen nations, yeah, they get pissed off with these damn devils, right? But really their anger towards those nations, to the Edomites, ultimately is somewhat repressed. And in the kingdom, right, they gon' they gon' be what you call it, they're basically gonna be able to kick Esau in his ass, right? So Isaiah 14:7 says the whole earth is at rest and is at quiet. They break forth into singing, right? So peace is gonna come back to the earth, right? Not like now when once again it's unrest all upon the earth, right? It says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, right, since thou art laid down, no fellow, right, is come up against us. So when this is twofold, right? One, this man's just going around cutting down, forest after forest for, for the sake of commerce, right? But this is also metaphorically referring to people as well, right? So these nations are going to be happy when ultimately, once the dust is settled, right? Once these heathens have had a foot up their ass also, right? They're ultimately going to be rejoicing at the fact that this devil has come down, right? Has been brought down, right? Because once again, these Edomites have given these different nations a bad deal, right? They've given these different heathen nations a bad deal, right? These Edomites have gone up in there and basically sown wickedness upon up in these different nations of the world, right? He has exported his philosophies, and what is it? What are his philosophies? Esau's philosophies are philosophies of death, right? Right. Whereas when the children of Israel are in rulership, we're going to be pushing the philosophies of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which are of life, right? Now let me grab this first. It's Romans 8:19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. Right. Once again, ultimately, all creation, right, is waiting for, the elect and the kingdom of Israel. Right. You look at, say, the wicked of our people, man. They need to be put out their misery. Right. Deep down. Right. Deep down. Deep down. Right. No, they know that, the things that they do are wicked. Right. However, they carry on doing them. Those feelings of that they have are what they're repressed, right? But in the kingdom, they gonna look back. They gonna, that's what it says in Daniel the 12th chapter. They gonna look back. They gonna be like, oh man, shit, we done fucked up, right? We was going through, we was doing this, we were doing that, and they're gonna be ashamed, right, for a little season, right? So Isaiah the 2nd chapter says the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, right? It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. Now, mountains in the scriptures might represent governments, right? So, for instance, the example given is always, when these different Edomite leaders meet up, what do they refer to it as? A summit, right? A G7 summit or whatever have you, right? It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, right? The smaller nations. It says, and all nations shall flow onto it. Now, this here is proof that the current inhabitants of our land are not the real people, because no one's going up in there, right, to those different to Israel right now, looking for influence, right? In fact, you have certain nations that are straight up, against that nation, man, against the nation of the land of Israel, right? So we know that, they ain't the ones, right? Verse 3 says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. Right. So once again, the word is going to be going out, right, from Israel. Right. That this is going to be the standard. Right. And once again, the laws of the Most High are laws of life. Right. So everything is going to start getting back into its right order again. Right. It ain't gonna be pollution like you have now, right? There isn't gonna be overindulgence like you have now. Things are just gonna be in its balance, right? Things are gonna be in its balance, right? Once again, he's destroying, lands and lands and lands, right? To basically, make cows to having his bloody McDonald's burgers, man, right? Which ain't nothing wrong with beef, right? But the way he does everything in an unsustainable way, right? Because once again, there's ways to eat, red meat. I remember Apostle Ricard did a video years ago, speaking about, really red meat is it's not something you want to be eating all the damn time, right? Now, once again, I need to stress, ain't nothing wrong, with eating meat, right? Not trying to put, make brothers try to be vegan. If a brother wants to do that, hey, once again, as the apostle said, that's on that brother. Just as he knows that, hey, when it comes to at the Passover, we're gonna eat that lamb, right? And also a lot of that vegan food, right, is soy heavy, right? And look at what soy does to a man. Right, continuing on, verse 4 says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. So an opposite of what is happening now when we read the prophecy in Joel. It speaks about how actually they're gonna be, beating their plowshares into swords, i.e. redirecting money from agriculture, right, into weaponry, right? Whereas in the kingdom, there ain't gonna be any wars. There ain't gonna be need for swords and spears and all of these basically representing military hardware, right? It says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, right? Neither shall they learn war anymore, right? So that's gonna be one of the beautiful things in our kingdom, because once again, Israel's gonna be turned up, right? We gonna be So look, we gonna be super men, super women, super children, man. We're a nation of supers, right? And we ain't going. We're gonna have the laws in our inward parts, and we ain't gonna let any kind of wickedness, be played out in the earth, right? As soon as we hear of it, we're gonna be like sentinels, man, come in and, a jump on it, right? So yeah, it was just a little quick one, right? Or once these different heathen nations, so once this devil E has been brought down, once the dust is settled, right? These different nations ultimately, right, are gonna be happy at his downfall, right? All of their repressed feelings, right? They're gonna be able to kick Esau in the ass, man. Right, they're gonna be kicking Esau in the ass too. We'll tell them, look, man, go hit that slave, man. Don't do it happily, right? Not saying that these different heathens won't be getting it themselves. They'll be getting it themselves, right? But hey, man, these are things we got to look forward to, man, by dealing with these nations with the rod of iron, pursuant to Revelation, the second chapter. So as always, Lords, all those edifying. So just a quick one. Until next time, we say shalom.